in Laughlin. My mom is still on 116th and Laughlin, and I apologize for being late, but it was all about my mom, making sure she was comfortable before my sister and I left, and that is why we are here, is to make sure our parents are comfortable, to recognize who they are, what they've done, and all of the, it's giving me chills to talk about it, and just all of the things when I think about Maple Park, and I was late getting here also because we got waylaid by a neighbor who just wanted to share and reminisce and talk about all the great fun we had on our block. I lived on the block with Michael Walthall, Harold Rice, James Daniels, Jay across the street, you know, all of that. And I see all these folks, 116th and Laughlin in the joint, that's all I can say. In the joint, that too sometimes. But just to thank everyone for being here, to honor our parents, because it is all about them. We would not be here if it was not for our parents. One of the things that I also want to bring to the table and to talk a little bit about is, and all of us have talked about it on the side, but collectively, you know, Maple Park is changing, and you think about how old Maple Park is. And as I drive around the community, and I see that, you know, there are people that don't know who we are, and they look me up and down like I'm short, is you know, who would say. And when I talk about Maple Park, they have no sense of our history, playing on the blocks and going places and go-karts and riding bikes and Dead Man's Castle. We've had all this weekend. We've had a lot of fun talking about all the things that are just particular to us who come from Maple Park. So in that, I want us to take some time to remember, honor, think about our parents. And again, my mom is 86, and it seems like I've blinked my eyes, and you know, all of our time is you know, taken up, you know, reminiscing and talking. And there's a time for that. And I want us as a group not to take so long to forget where we've come from, to not get together from time to time, because we were the first African American family and community that was built specifically for black folks, especially during the time that Mayor Daley was sitting on the throne during that time. And I'm really excited about that. Also, to take some time and to get to know one another, because we don't know when we'll see one another again, and to also to stay in touch, because as time, you know, goes further and further, sometimes we lose touch with those and things that are important. Stop back through Maple Park sometimes. You know, go off of your block, go for a walk. So there's still things that we can do to honor who we are as a family and as a community. And I hope that we're able to do that. More so, make sure that you continue to honor your parents. Whatever's going on in your family and, you know, things that happen, we are called to honor thy mother and thy father. And we want to thank the parents that particularly have taken the time to come. My mom always told me when I was telling her, you know, that we were doing, having the celebration weekend again, and she said, you know, it never matters how many people show up. You have fun with the people that come. And that's what this is about. So we want to be able to go to each table, say hello, introduce yourself with people that you don't know because they don't live on 116th and Laughlin, you know. But I always tell people when they ask me, who was the first person you met? And I say, Bobby. And I say that all the time because he lived on 117. It was cold and snowing, and the snow was up to my throat. I was 7, 8 years old, and I saw this lone figure down there, and I just kind of trudged my way down there. And you know, kids used to make things from snowballs and just having fun. So when I think about Maple Park and people say, who was the first person that you met? I say Bobby Gorman. And you know, you build friendships from that, and you continue to move on. So don't forget where you have come from. Don't leave Maple Park behind. There are some people that in this room that have connected with FANGR, connected with other organizations to make sure that the things that are happening in our community and with our children, our family, that we keep in touch to make sure that FANGR High School stays strong. I graduated in 1971. I had a ball when I was at FANGR. And going back there now, looking to the left, like, where am I? I don't know where I am. But there's still a community there that needs to be fed with love, support, money, and whatever we need to do to pull together, we will do that. We don't know where we're going from this point as a group, and you know, we said, well, you know, we really work hard to do this. But whatever you decide to do, this would be better Maple Park, to lift up the residents, to be able to spend time with our parents who poured so much into this neighborhood through club meetings and block club meetings and picnics and parties, and I remember all of that. Let's not lose and forget the dream that they had. Even as we have gone beyond that and moved out to places in other communities, and we've moved away from Maple Park, it will always, always, always be home to me. And we don't want ever to forget that. The hard work that our parents put into it, that we remember them, and we handle ourselves and our business in good word, deed, and honoring the Lord. Thank you. I want to take the last couple of minutes to be able to acknowledge the parents that have joined us here this evening. And if you will please stand. We'd love to honor you. Where are you?
Wait a minute, I'm slow, but I'm standing here.
You can please get their names so we can acknowledge who you are and honor you.
Yes, I would like to be honored. My glorious name. My name is Mabel Ellison Clark Mickle, and the reason why I got so many names, Ellison is the maiden part, and then I married a Clark, and the Clarks were the Maple Park people. I never lived on Maple Park. My sister did. That's right.
Barganeers.
Yeah, the Barganeers. My sister. And my brother.
That's why we got sons. Sound 17th of Loomis.
117th and Loomis. See, this is my background that I inherited. So I feel like I'm really,
Maple Park.
let me see. Yeah, Jackie, right? Maple Park. Who else has a good look at Maple Park? Everyone calls me Marvelous Mabel. And then you walk to Mabel, and what are you going to call me?
Mrs. Davis, she's on 115th and Bishop.
116. The Red House. You know where we at. You know where we at.
You didn't touch the secretary, or what's the other one? What type of house did you live in?
It was a secretary. The secretary.
Across the street from my cousin. Awesome.
Right.
So we want to thank you for being here and honoring a special time.
1962. My dad, every weekend, a dad would take my brother and I out there, and he would say, "This is my home. This is my house." I'm only 6 years old. I could not fathom this idea of this hole being his home. Now that I own my own house, I understood what he means. Now I know what it means to say, "This is mine."
Yeah, because just the foundation we took us down there.
That's right, just foundation.
Just the basic,
Daddy, every weekend, Daddy said, we will walk from Halsted to his home in the grind. He said, "This is my home. This is where I'm going to raise my family." And now I know what he means. Thank you for my dad and my mom.
Parent certificate. The certificate. One more.
One more.
Let me read it now. Okay. Mr. Pleasure.
This is my dad, Mr. Ernest Pleasure. We live at 116th, actually 11629 South Troop. My dad is 91 years old. My mom gives you all best wishes. She's 85. And they taught us to love family, live right. Always remember who you are so you won't forget it. I can take a picture of
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I'm named after him also.
The certificate of each person appreciation, the certificate is proudly presented to our Maple Park parents. How you did it, we know how. Desire, courage, and determination. Love, God's strength, and being who we strive to be, which is simply the best. We want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. Hard times, the double jobs, the not being always to be able where we were because you had other parents on the block and keep that eyeball on you. You know, our parents worked all different types of shifts, but it was just like family because you know, anytime you stepped out that door, there were some eyeballs on you. Eyeballs on you. I'm a little late again today because I got stopped by one of the neighbors and we were just reminiscing about everything. So don't forget the memories. We will never forget where we've come from. And we will never forget our parents who had the vision and the forethought to move into a community that we could call home, that we could call our own, raise our children and raise their children, us, in peace and harmony and with a love of community. Again, how you did it, we know how. Desire, courage, determination, love, God's strength, and being who we simply to be. And we are simply the best. Thank you.
Could Timothy Tolliver please come to the podium?
Jimmy.
Someone says you have 3 minutes and they are timing you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Hello, everybody. Just real quickly,
Take your time, Tim.
real quickly, I just wanted to acknowledge the committee because it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of effort to pull all these things. And personally, thank you very much, committee, for pulling this off. I also want to thank, from 2011, when we started this thing, I want everybody to understand, none of this would be happening if it wasn't for some key people. And, you know, all of the committees on the two that we've done here, but this would never be if it wasn't for Bob Gorman, Lamar Minor, and Jackie. So this all gets together. That's why we're doing
And let me interrupt him. Timmy talk. Because when he told us to come to the restaurant that morning to have breakfast, it was because of his idea to bring this forth. All right.
Right, but you know, I was in Alaska when I thought of this, and let's not get it twisted. Because when I had the idea, we met at that restaurant. My idea was, hey, you know, we need to do something for Maple Park. Let's give something at Whistler School that we can get it. And those three are the ones that brought it up. Said, no, let's do this right and have an event. So that's why I put it up there.
Thank you guys very much.